Welcome back to the channel, guys. I had a power outage. I just had to reset the whole entire video. It happens. I mean, oh my goodness. I'm just like, really. Welcome back to Feminine Health and Wellness. Hey, I'm going to be doing salmon croquettes today. Something quick and easy meal, and then I'm going to be adding rice and broccoli to it. So this is going to be my lunch for tomorrow. All right, so my ingredients I'm going to be using today is going to be Obey seasoning, and I'm going to be using garlic herb and sea salt, lemon. That is what I'm going to be using today, and one egg to bind it together. One egg. So that's what I'm going to be using. So kind of excuse me. I had a power outage, guys. Had to reset everything. So thank you so much for coming back, being patient with me. All right. Okay. So I'm going to be using gloves today because I don't want to get this salmon on my hands. I'm going to be using my little small mixing bowl. I'm going to get my tray where I'm going to make up my patties, and I'm going to put it on the tray. Either on my plate or my tray. I'm not really sure right now. But let's use a paper plate. I'm going to use a paper plate to put the made up patties on. So that's what I'm going to be using today. Put it on the plate once I make up the patties. When they get done, I'm going to put them on my little black tray here. I don't know if you guys have ever made salmon croquettes before, but I love them. This is a meal that I used to make for my kids a long time ago. And this is what I'm going to be doing today. So they used to love it with basically the same thing. I use rice or sweet peas, or sometimes I will make it with homemade mashed potatoes and peas. So this is like I said, I'm doing all local recipes for the month of March. So if you would, then you don't have to worry about any kind of any kind of high calorie meals. It is getting a little warm outside now. Don't forget to thumb up the live, guys. I welcome you guys in. Please thumb up the live. So this is one of the meals that my kids used to love, and then I used to make the biscuits with it. Not homemade biscuits, guys, but biscuits. I'm gonna be honest. I never mastered the biscuits, and when I say master them, I can cook them, but they're not soft and fluffy and all of that good stuff. So y'all know my grandchildren, they come in on this video all the time. All the time. Yes, sir. No, I didn't. Not yet. I haven't fixed it. So they waiting on food. I'm sorry about that, guys. They waiting on some salmon croquettes, rice, and broccoli. I'm not ready. Kind of had a little delay. So what you're going to do is, if you've never made salmon croquettes before, it is the juice from the fish, from the salmon, and I'm going to pour that off, and then I'm going to take the salmon out. Okay? So this is for my newbies that have never made it before. All right, so when you drain that juice off, it's just like when you're cooking tuna and you have the oil or the juice in the tuna. This is the same with the salmon croquettes. Okay? So I'm going to put my gloves on because I don't want all that stuff on my hands. Tell me what you're cooking today. If you're cooking anything, or are you going out for Sunday dinner? What are you cooking today? What are you cooking? All right. So once you finish straining that juice off of the salmon. Then you're going to pour it out of the can. And what I usually do, I just kind of pour it out as a whole. And as you can see, it looks like this. It looks pretty much like this. It comes whole. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to take all of the bones out of it because it does come with bones. And so I'm going to open it up. And then you're going to see the bones inside of it. And I'm going to kind of debone all of those, put it back in the can. I don't want any bones. I know sometimes a lot of people cook with the bones, with the salmon croquettes. They cook with it, but I don't like them. So I pull all the bones out of my salmon, and then I start preparing it. So I kind of pull through it, and then I make sure that it's not any other bones inside of it. And so some take the skin out, but remember, the healthy, you can get omega-3 out of the skin. That is where your nutrients is in the salmon. So I always try my best to keep the skin in. Now, if it looks a little tacky, then I'll take it out. But for the most part, I keep all of that. And I put it in here. Make sure no bones are in there. This is another quick 15-minute meal that you can fix. Now, sometimes you could just fix the salmon croquettes and that's it. You don't have to fix anything else with it. But I just wanted a full meal for work tomorrow, and I may eat one of the salmons before I step out for today. And so, so I'm kind of deboning the salmon. Deboning the salmon. And so when I cook this, I always take my trash out because I don't want my house smelling like fish. I don't like the smell. As you guys can see, I'm burning a candle. I'm burning beach blossom candle. I can't stand the smell. So that's what I'm going to burn. So, all right. So I got all of my my salmon deboned, and I'm going to put this in my baggie. I'm going to put it in the trash, y'all. Now. All right, so let's stop my gloves. All right, so first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up some onions. Some people do not like onions, but I think it makes the salmon croquettes taste really, really good. So I'm going to cut up a few onions. I love to use Vidalia onions in my salmon croquette. It brings a lot of flavor. It is really, really good, and that's just me. Some people don't like Vidalia onions, but I think it brings that sweet, savory taste when it comes to the salmon croquettes. Okay. So I've already cleaned off my countertop and all that, guys. So I'm going to just cut my onions on top of the countertop. And you're just going to dice them really, really small, how you like them. It's up to you. It's your choice. Now, some people like to use green onions as well, but I really like to use the either yellow onions or either the Vidalia onions. Those are my favorite. So I could not find Vidalia onions in the store yet, so I am just using a regular yellow onion. That's all that I'm using. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I put an onion in the refrigerator and it has the outer portion of it, I kind of cut that off because I don't know, it just doesn't always look real fresh. So I'm an onion girl. I do like onions. I think, like I said, it makes the taste. It puts flavor into your food, and I do like flavor. I do not like bland food. Even though I always focus on eating, health and healthy and nutrition, nutritious, I still like tasteful food. Doesn't mean you have to limit um, your seasoning or anything like that. It's all about what kind of season you use. You don't want to use anything that has a lot of high salt based seasoning and stuff like that. You don't want to use anything that has that in there. So you always season it to your liking, anything that you're cooking, but just kind of be mindful of your salt intake in anything that you're fixing. Because if you read the ingredients on the seasoning as well, it tells you that has high sodium in it and stuff like that. But just kind of be mindful and careful. So I'm going to use one. I guess this is what, a large or medium size um, onion. I'm sorry, egg. Not an onion, but an egg. Okay, then so I'm going to start. Like I said, you're going to season it to your liking. Okay. And then what you're gonna do is just you're gonna take your egg, you're gonna crack it, and then you're gonna bind your ingredients together. And so sometimes I use the eggs, but sometimes I don't. I have been doing this for so long. I just know how to bind it together, and I don't even have to worry about putting an egg in there sometimes. But if when I'm teaching this particular recipe, I like to make sure that you have a binding. Sometimes I use crackers or something like that to bind my salmon croquettes together. It just depends. All right, so this is after you mix everything up. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. This is the consistency of it. This is the texture of it. And you're going to bind it and you're going to make patties out of it. And that's what it looks like. Okay. So you're going to just kind of mix it up really, really good. I'm going to add a little bit more Obey seasoning to my ingredients. I don't have like a measuring tool for this. I just know how much to use. I'm just kind of old school. I know how much to use, and it's going to be good at the end of it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your salmon croquettes. You're just going to kind of measure it out, and then you're going to kind of grab some, and then you're going to make a ball. Just like you're making hamburger, old school hamburger patties. And generally, one can makes about 5 patties, give or take, depending on how big you would like them to be. And so it's just that simple. Just that simple. And so that's the patty. And that's the consistency of it. And it holds and it binds together. Okay, so that's how big I want mine. So I'm going to put them on my, I'm going to put them on another tray. I'm going to put them on this plate right here. So like I said, this particular one can make about 4 or 5 patties depending on how big you would like them. Me, I just want kind of medium size hearty patties. I kind of make sure that I make at least 5, but give or take. Just depends on how much salmon is in one can. And sometimes you don't even have to add any rice or broccoli or anything like that. This can be a meal. This can be breakfast. This can be lunch. Um, this can be a snack. It doesn't matter. So you have your protein from your meat, your omega fatty acids and stuff like that, and so you are getting healthy protein and omega 3 all in one. So I was only able to make four patties, guys, with this particular can, which is fine. Like I said, it is a small, quick meal. So once you do that, let me take my gloves off. Once you do that, guys, you're going to put a little grease in your pan, just a small amount of grease in your pan, and you're going to kind of make it golden brown. You're going to make it golden brown. So I'm going to bring you guys to the stove so you guys can see. So what I'm going to do, I usually use just regular grease, but health. I'm working on that health journey, guys, and I'm going to be using a little coconut oil. I'm going to be using coconut oil, and this is the coconut oil I'm going to be using. It's all about changing your diet, eating healthy and stuff like that. So this is what I'm going to be using. Now you do have other great oils that you can use, olive oil and different things like that. But when you have ran out of olive oil and stuff like that, you can always use a substitute, which is coconut oil and different things like that. And so that is going to be my substitute today. I do not have enough of olive oil to kind of base my pan with, and so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to the store anymore today. Okay? I'm spending any more money, so just working with what I have. It's called working with what you got. It's always a substitute that you can use in the kitchen anytime that you're cooking. Okay? So got everything all cleaned up, cleaned off. Now I'm going to bring you guys to the cooktop. To the cooktop. So you just want enough to kind of coat your pan. You don't want to kind of saturate your salmon croquettes. That's not the purpose. The purpose is to kind of put a golden brown crust on it. So let me bring you guys over here. Give me 1 second. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Let me adjust some, y'all. Okay, so let me turn off my light. I'm gonna take you guys to my cooktop over here. And so here we are. Here we are. Today I've been having technical difficulties, guys. I don't know what's going on today. But however, we're going to work it out. we are going to work it out. So I'm going to be using this pan right here. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to give you guys a little light. Hopefully that's good enough. Okay. These are my salmons. Like I say, I've already made them up. And I'm going to be using this coconut oil. Not very much, just enough to coat the pan. And I'm going to turn it down to like maybe, I don't know, 2. My cooktop cooks pretty fast. Okay, so while that is doing what it do, it's melting in the pan, I am also going to batter it. I'm going to put a little, what do you call it? Cornmeal. A little cornmeal on my salmon. I'm going to lightly batter them with cornmeal. Making a whole mess. So pretty much that's all I need. I only have like 4 patties. I just want enough on there to coat my salmon patties. That's all. My cooktop is so sensitive, y'all. Cuts off whenever you touch it. All right, so it is melting in the pan. Let me see. It's time to act funny. Might have to reset it, y'all. My lights went out for a hot second. And this thing is so super sensitive. I love it, but it is super sensitive. There it is. She's so sensitive, y'all. Very. All right. So she's on and ready. As they say, on and popping. On and popping. All right. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick the salmon croquettes in here. It is melting. That's all you need. You just need enough grease to coat your pan. Oil, whatever you want to call it. I'm kind of old school. Grease, paint, oil, whatever. The coconut oil. And just enough to coat your pan. I may have to put just a little bit more, but you just want enough to make it golden brown on each side. You flip it 2 times and it's done. Some people put onions, bell peppers, and all green onions and stuff like that in their salmon croquette. It is your choice. Sometimes people put breadcrumbs in there. It's like, there again, it is your choice. I just prefer to do it this way. It's good. I love it. It works the same. Works the same. 1 second. All right, so it has did what it's supposed to do. All right, so that's all I'm doing. I'm just coating it a little bit. Put it in the pan. Like I said, you only want to just coat it enough to just make it golden brown. So you're gonna let it kind of cook on each side for about, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or something like that. And then you're going to flip it. And I have it on low heat, so I have it on like 3. All right, so hot. All right. So this is my first flip, and this is what they look like. They're just real pretty and golden brown. That's it. Nice and golden brown. And then I'm going to let them, I guess, for another minute or two, enough to brown on the other side. All right. So that these are done. I'm getting ready to take them off. Because like I said, you just need to have that golden brown on them. And that's what they look like. They are pretty. Nice golden brown. See, guys? It's going to be good. I can't wait. Cannot wait to eat them. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I've already cooked my rice. These are my salmons. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of put a little olive oil in this pan right here. And I'm going to put a little seasoning, and I'm going to steam my broccoli. I'm going to steam my broccoli. Um, and that's going to be that. So I'm going to put this in here. Let's see. And just keep in mind, if you want to make more patties, you can. You just have to use more cans, of course. Like I said, those that particular can, sometimes I can get 4 to 5 patties out of the can, but that particular can only gave me 4 salmon croquette patties. Okay, only gave me 4. So we'll just kind of say 2 cans will make approximately um, 8 to 9 patties. And so this is the broccoli that I'm using. Like I said, I've used some of it. I'm cooking for one, so you guys probably would use the whole entire bag if you have a family of 4 or 5, or maybe 2 bags. But that is what I'm using. Okay. I am going to put a little what do you call it? A little seasoning, a little garlic and herb or basil. I'm going to be using a little basil on my broccoli. That's just what I like. You season it to your liking. I'm going to be using a little garlic and herb, and then a little bit of nope, not black pepper, y'all. Let's see what I got over here. Basil. Gonna be using a little basil. I'm gonna sprinkle a little basil on there. Like I said, all I want to do is kind of steam it, saute it, whatever you want to call it, a little bit. So like I said, y'all, she real sensitive today. This cooktop is sensitive today. All right, so I'm just gonna be stirring it a little bit. I'm gonna let it do what it do. I put a little what do you call it? A little coconut oil in there. Just gonna kind of let that cook. That's what the broccoli looks like. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just steaming the broccoli. As you can see, it's kind of like what I had left from the last time. And now, guys, I'm getting ready to plate it up. And then, of course, I'm using brown rice this time, like always. I use brown rice. Um, I use brown rice, which is more healthier for you. And then I steam my broccoli. All right. So let's put my light back and all this good stuff. All right. So now that's it. That's it. That's all it takes. It doesn't take a long time. Um, Depending on if you want to do homemade mashed potatoes and all that good stuff. But I'm just doing rice. Okay. Salmon croquettes, rice, and broccoli. So I got this minute rice for you. It may be, you may use all of it, but sometimes when I do this particular rice, I kind of half it, do half and half, and I eat off of it for 2 days. So it depends on you and what you like. Okay? So I got the brown rice. I have my salmon croquettes. And then I have my broccoli. Guys, I am done. This is it. So this is what I'm going to be having for lunch tomorrow at work. Salmon croquettes and rice. Nice and hot. You got your protein, you have your bread, and then you have your vegetables. That is plenty for me. Um, Guys, try this particular recipe. It's good, it's quick. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. And that is it. That is all that I need. That is all that I'm eating. So that is all, as you can see. All right, guys, I just wanted to make it quick and simple today. Thank you for cooking with me today. Thank you for watching the live. And I'm going to say bye for now.